big news. ReZero Nuclear Cope. We have the author. I'm working on a ReZero. I'm working on a work called ReZero. Please check it out. I love how humble the bio is, as if people don't know what ReZero is. Oh, I'm just like a little author. And bro came out and said, updated at 1 o'clock. Sorry to keep you waiting for so long. Chapter 10 is starting, Arc 10. ReZero, the second half, is kicking off in earnest. Let's get fired up more than anyone else, me. And oh my god, the people are going livid with this machine translated Japanese language barrier pose. Let's see what some people are saying here first of all. Alright, spoiler, Subaru dies. Oh my god! Oh my god. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Cuando te das cuenta que ReZero se llama así por sus personajes. True! True! Attention, new chapter, Ore Monster, the stair guy. Oh my god! What the hell is this? Emiliaton, te veo diferente en este nuevo capítulo. Some inside memes. And this is what I thought about it, right? This is what retards like me thought about this statement. What did I say? As a filthy anime only, I thought ReZero was almost done. This is a halfway point? It's like being a kid again, finishing off the Johto region in Pokemon Gold, Silver, Crystal when Pokemons were still Pokemon, and realizing Kanto region is next. Have you ever had that, guys? You beat the Elite Four. You think you're done. This amazing journey is coming to an end and you're sad. You're like, what the fuck? That's it? No. You go home. You go home and you realize, wait a minute. Yo, you surf. Go to the right. Go swim. And then a new journey begins, and it's a nostalgia trip. It is an amazing nostalgia trip of the Kanto region that you remember from the OG days, and oh my god, it's fucking beautiful. And I wanted to cope. I wanted to hope. I assume his words are being taken out of context somehow. I don't care. I really wanted to cope, but there might be a little bit more truth to this statement. So they're on Arc 10, right? Like, this is straight up Arc 10 territory. We, right now, as anime onlys, where are we at? Well, Season 1 was Arc 1 to 3. Season 2 was Arc 4. That was a long fucking arc, man. And Season 3 is Arc 5, right? And this upcoming Season 4 is supposed to adapt Arc 6, which is supposed to be Arc 3 on steroids. My favorite arc of ReZero still is Season 1 content. When Natsuki Subaru crashes out and reaches the lowest of her lows and then has the most insane redemption arc, that entire fucking part of Season 1 is insane. Even leading up to it, obviously, they were already setting up these, the setting of this place, the plot, the mysteries, but Arc 3 was special. A lot of people hated Arc 3. Why? Because Subaru was being a fucking loser. Bro's crashing out, making faces at a million saying, you owe me a debt you could never fucking pay back, bitch. He is at the lowest of the low, but even then he makes a comeback. Subjugation against the white whale, and then subjugates, the Archbishop of Sloth in the same fucking day. Bro, to the average person, is looking like an actual messiah. Everything decisioned, he chooses the strategy, it just works out. Obviously, to us, it's different. We see this as this dude fumbling around and using this broken fucking power to keep repeating, but obviously there's consequences. But to the average person, they look at this shit and they're like, yo, who is this guy? Where the fuck did this guy come from? Such a compelling arc, and Arc 6 is supposed to exemplify that and be even more insane off of those core themes. I think a lot of the reason people were disappointed by Arc 5, which was Season 3 content, was it's not dealing with the core themes of ReZero of why people fell in love with, right? That's basically the Shibuya incident of ReZero, where I'm not gonna say it's no writing, no depth, no plot, but it is an action-filled arc. Siege and Pristella, I get it. That's why a lot of people rate that as the worst season of ReZero so far. But when we say worst, we're comparing like a 9.7 to a 9.6 to a 9.5, right? That's where we're coming from. Now, I got some bad news for you guys. I got some bad news. Why are so many people misunderstanding the machine translated translation of Tape's tweet? So if you don't know, Ice is probably one of the most notable. This is like the Miyamura of ReZero. I don't know if that's an accurate depiction of this guy, but Miyamura is like the JJK insider knowledge guy, right? This guy, I think, is like the insider knowledge guy for ReZero content. He didn't say that the second half of the series is just starting. He just said we're getting it into earnest, i.e. we're getting it deeper into the second half. Tape has already stated before that the second half of ReZero had started. It does not start with Arc 10. You know what? Fuck you, Ice. Let me cope. Let me cope, and here's the cope. Let's draw. I'm trying to make some thumbnails, okay? So here's the cope right now, all right? Let me explain to you using my fucking mental gymnastics of why it's actually still halfway in. We have a timeline of ReZero, right? We have a timeline of ReZero. I don't know how long it's gonna last, but this is the timeline, right? A lot of people are saying, you know, Arc 1, right? Arc 1, Arc 2, Arc 3, and so on, right? And it might be at Arc 10 right here. You know? Yeah. 12 arcs total. 12 arcs total. Okay. Sure. I get it. I see it. And there's only 3 more arcs left. Okay. But what if this is actually like this? Okay? What if this is actually like this? This is an insane cope, okay? Who made a rule that like an arc or like, you know, like, fuck, fill the frame, bro. What are you doing? What's going on? Hold up. Let me, it's being annoying. Basically, the idea is this part, right? Arc 10 might have started here. Arc 12. You know what I mean? Like, up until this part is like Arc 10. And then the second half is so thick. Every arc is so expansive. They might as well be multiple arcs. And this is my insane mental gymnastic cope that every arc, starting from Arc 10, is on that Arc 4 length. And even though, you know, we're supposedly near the end using arc as a metric, that the length and the girthiness is going to ensure we have another half of ReZero left. That's my fucking cope. And what exactly is the issue? The kicking off in earnest can mean different things, also considering the second half doesn't have to be tied to arcs amount. So here's some extra cope too, right? The extra cope here is how, like, even Ice, that is contesting the wording and phrasing of ReZero, right? The author's statement, he could be wrong too. You never know, right? Nobody actually knows because the wording, the phrasing is just interpretations. There is a reality where the length of the arcs can actually be long enough. How likely is it? I don't know. I think that if anything, it's most likely Ice is right. But I'm trying to use some mental gymnastics. I think Tape's going to realize he likes the money. He likes the fame and the clout and the attention. Yep. Bro's going to be incentivized to keep the shit going. I'm going to gas up ReZero so much. And I hope that there's even more motion that Tape has to fucking stick around and keep fucking stretching it. That's right. I hope that happens. And right over here, what did I say to this shit? Let me cope and hope for another decade place of ReZero content to farm. I think that even if ReZero ends soon, in terms of light novels, we will have another decade of anime content to farm, right? Because, like, think about it. Bro, we're only in season 3, and season 4 is about to come out. How long has it taken? This shit started in 2016. It's been a decade, okay? It's been a fucking decade of content. So the fact that, like, we're not, like, at this pace, it's another 20 fucking years. In fact, if Tape doesn't finish it off soon, I might not even be covering YouTube reactions by the time we get the anime coming out for ReZero. So maybe I actually need Tape to finish it off quick, because at this rate, this shit is going to last beyond Lord of the Mysteries. Lord of the Mysteries is also another series that has so much fucking long of a roadmap. Obviously, the source material is done, but we have like a decade place of content to happen. How likely is it that I'm going to be doing this shit for more than 20 years? I don't know. I think 20 years might be the fucking cap before I transition to different types of content, right? Who really knows though, man? A lot of people are saying, yeah, it's not ending for 2035. Yeah. And even if it is, I think that there's going to be even more different types of content for ReZero. Not just like the main storyline. What about a prologue? What about like different spin-offs, OVAs, right? Anytime you have such a successful series, I feel like there's so much more potential to dive deep into the side stories, the EX, right? The if route, all of that. Don't forget about that content. I think people are so caught up in like the main story of ReZero, they forget to realize there's so much more content that can happen as a prequel, as a sequel, but the side stories, the EX, the if routes, I think we're in good hands. All that needs to happen, right, is to have a production staff that actually cares about the show. Now, we do have the head of White Fox saying we're going to go all in. Tapu is closely working in. Studio Alpha Polis coming in to acquire Studio White Fox is kind of an L, but at the same time, they're saying they're determined to go out. So I hope that like these are good signs. There's another video I wanted to cover talking about the ReZero scamming the audience. I know that like the 3 more major projects to be announced has been announced and it's been fucking nothing. I'm waiting for some articles and different videos to farm about that, but that's still a thing too. TLDR, ReZero may or may not be entering its halfway point, but even if it is, and even if it isn't, it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, regarding all these different, explanations, at worst, we have like 10 to 20 years of content left. At best, we have 20 plus. And at that point, it might be too excessive. So we're at a place of, oh no, I got such a buttery lobster and I got such tender steak. What am I gonna do? We're gonna be eating up content.